Today's startup has 140 employees, most of which don't even work in the same office, let alone the same city. Let's go meet the founder and see what's going on. Superside is an always available design company, delivering design at scale to enterprise teams. They help companies with anything from everyday production work to large-scale strategic solutions. But I think the coolest thing that they've done is being the first Norwegian startup to be accepted into the famous Y Combinator Accelerator in San Francisco. So Fredrik, this is your office.
That's right. First thing, shoes off, Norwegian household.
Now we're in your home, which is also your office. Where do you work?
Big believer in variation, but we can have a seat on the couch.
Yeah, how do you guys sort of create a company culture when you're not face-to-face?
In most sort of traditional companies, you rely a lot on parties and dinners and all this kind of stuff that doesn't really replicate that well in the virtual world. So I think the only way to do it is to be even more conscious of fairness and transparency. Those things become much more apparent in a remote context, and rewarding people based on actual performance and rewarding people not based on FaceTime and how long you're in the office, but on what you're actually doing.
How do you recruit?
All our hiring is automated based on tests, design tests, problem-solving tests, language tests, culture fit questions, and we really believe that this automated way of doing hiring is really, really fair and produce very diverse outcomes. We now have people in 47 different countries across
47?
30 plus different roles. So the diversity is really quite amazing.
How do you set up meetups? Do you have regular events? Do you have an annual party? How do you sort of create that cohesion amongst your employees?
What we're doing today is that we're saying that anyone that can meet, we will pay for dinner. So we've had meetups in India, in Singapore, and we also had 5 people staying together in Colombia in an Airbnb for a month, just working remotely from there.
I feel like digital nomad perspective is sort of not dying out, but it's definitely maturing, like anything. It was a buzzword 5-6 years ago or longer, and now we're seeing a maturing of it because companies like yourselves have taken that concept, and given people the freedom and flexibility that it offers, but the structure around it, to sort of give them a real, honest day-to-day job.
I think that remote work, to a larger extent, enables people to stay closer to their family, more so than the digital nomad lifestyle.
Have you guys seen that? Have you sort of created jobs for a market that previously didn't exist in a way?
Absolutely. For example, single mothers are especially prone to online work. If you live in Jakarta or Lagos or one of these places, then you can save 4 hours a day in traffic from working on the internet, and also be treated in let's say more fair way than you would have in your local market. So we for sure get a lot of those applicants, and now we have around 65% women on our platform.
Fredrik, what's your biggest startup cliche?
Contrarianism.
All right, if you had a mascot, what would it be?
Tintin.
So what is your favorite startup buzzword?
Right now, channel market fit. I think it's underrated as a topic.
Biggest mess up?
Not hiring a marketing and sales team from the start.
What were you doing before this?
I was in Indonesia building an e-commerce company.
What will you be doing after this?
Taking a long break.
Do you have a question for our next founder and funding partner?
Yes, so if you succeed massively, how will the world be a better place?
That's it from Cool Kids on the Block. On to the next startup.